to Fun Times. I've been playing in this world for around 3 months now, and to start with documenting it on YouTube, we're starting with a world tour. So this is the world spawn, and then you just come right through here, and this is the spawn farms. So there's a world building system in this world, but we will get into that later. So for now, we'll just start here. So obviously we have the cows here, we have crops up there, my happy cast, and then right over here we have the sheep, and then here we have my LA that I duplicate LAs from. We have the barn with some horses, my first horse, my dog, some other horses, the pigs, chicken coop with a lays that drop it into this barrel. And then upstairs we have, we'll go check it out real quick. We have my little sleeping quarters in this area, and some extra egg storage and so on. So that's pretty much spawn, aside from some villager houses. So you come around here, we have my, I guess pet creaking, Freddy. He's awesome. We have Jimmy. There's this villager house with Antara and Cassandra. And then up here we have Jared and Katra. And then let's go ahead and hit the other houses. We have Cranston in here. We have Ernest in here. Maybe he likes to hit on this trapdoor, but he's not there right now. And then here's the last one. It's a reference to Breaking Bad, which is what this address is. We have Jesse and Jane, neighbors, just like in Breaking Bad, in the same house, same apartment complex. My dog Tough over here with his blue armor, he's awesome. And then right over here we have this little like behind the scenes room. We have some nether wart growing. I can bone meal some crops here, and I just have some storage, and this connects to the nether roof. Speaking of the nether roof, let's go ahead and go. So, right through here is my first town. This is Gourd, where I started. It all started right through here. This was my first little area. One of my first horses, not my first one, but my second horse was blown up by a creeper here. A parrot I tamed was instantly shot by a skeleton, memorialized here. And my first happy guest was killed by a trident round, which is a wonderful story, which I'll get into some other time. We have just some storage in here. We have my horse, my dog, my partner's boxes, this bee, and through here this is my first house, and what I consider my actual house in this world. It's very small, because I designed this fully in survival, no creative testing or anything. And then we have my partner's dog I put in Minecraft, using a custom resource pack. And then there's the other dog, Cruella, right here. And yeah, just some storage, just some nice little decorations. And yeah, that's my house. And then we'll just follow the natural path here. First we have the pickle jar, which is a work in progress. Eventually it's going to have more stuff. Through here's the library. Got enchantment books. I don't have much at the moment, but I will eventually. And yeah, there's some records of old books here, or there will be. And then up here is like the librarian's sleeping quarters. We have a Coppergom in here sorting our stuff. Torch flower. I have a data pack and a resource pack called Portfolio that allows me to have these nice paintings. And then up this, I also have a data pack that lets me climb chains, which is what this is. There's a little sleeping quarters. So yeah, very nice. And then obviously there's the window looking out over to the pumpkin patch. So that's the library. Let's head on over to the meat store now, which is right around here. So we have this nice little stand where they sell pickles, torch flowers, and eye blossoms, and like a nice little horse carriage. And then through here we have the meat store. We have some nice little seasoned garden for like seasonings for the meat. We have some stuff. I have another resource pack that allows me to change chicken into a sniffer leg if I name it that. We have just a random chair, the place where you order, place to hang your hat. Up here we have where you like make big orders for like a bunch of people. This is like where the manager sits. Here we have the seating area. And then over here we have the oven room. And it's a very inconvenient setup, but that's kind of part of the charm. You have to cook the food there, and you have to bring it over here to the kitchen to, like, prepare and clean it. We have some sinks here, some other storage, and just, like, random crops thrown around, and some nice windows. I quite like it. And we can't forget the main function of this building, which is this... Oh my god, there's chickens everywhere. There's, this... Oh, that's not supposed to be... I gotta fix that one day. It's not, apparently this is not functioning correctly, but basically, chickens get put here, and then, shooting an egg out sends this flying, and if they're old enough, they'll be burned by the cauldron. And it's pretty effective. It has a good bit of chicken in there, so I'm not unhappy with it. But yeah, it's a bit of a mess. Like, there's also a way chickens can escape, which is a problem. But, you know, that's for a problem for another time. So, that's the meat store. I think we should go ahead and hit the downtown. So we have the tunnel here, which we're going to hit in just a second. We'll go ahead and hit over here. We have the Happy Guest containment area. We have a shrine of my partner's Minecraft skin with some candles. In this world, it's like a deity that people worship or have some sort of cultural impact to. We have my camel. We have some horses all bred. My horse Omar at my house is the fastest horse I've bred so far. He's pretty much the maximum speed. These ones are all almost there. And then we have a skeleton horse here, which we had one in spawn too. So yeah, and we got just some nice hay for them, some water for them to drink. It's nice. And then right up here we have the Sniffer Shrine, because in this town sniffers hold a lot of cultural relevance, which is a big part of the world building here. We have, what is this? Peppermint Patty and Charlie Brown. I have a data pack that lets them sniff through stone, because I know they don't normally do that. It's just a simple change. And then right over here, we have the musician's house, which we're about to see. You just come up these stairs. And there's this nice little balcony thing here. Not really balcony, but just like weird little roofed building. There's a door here. This is where you buy music. There's some parrots here because they listen to the music. Got a lot of discs here. It's lovely. Yeah, and this one will dance to the music because he's on the jukebox. Yeah. And then up here we have the kitchen, we have the sink, and like little just workshop room. We have a custom parrot texture I made, my copper golem, some storage, some like ovens, and then up here the fall off, the like runoff from the roof, just like the water collects here, and then will be here, and the Lord's like being cleaned or something by these stones. I don't really know, it doesn't make that much sense, but it's cool. And like I said, you can climb chains in this world because of a data pack, so. And also iron bars, which is how I climbed earlier. We have this little musician contraption because the guy in the lore, the person who lives here, likes tinkering with music and that kind of stuff. So you could hit this, and this light lights up all by this function. And this is where they sleep. We have some nice books for studying and like studying music, and the little here. And this is like this is the solar power related thing. So it's nice. And that's the musician's house. So let's just come through this tunnel. So you come through here. This is the perfect height for people on camel and horses. On horses you won't collide at all, but camels your head will clip through the stuff, but it's all slabs and breathable blocks, so you won't suffocate. This staircase leads right up to the road next to my house, and down this bridge leads to the pumpkin patch. Because, you know, it is called Gourd. These people do grow a lot of pumpkins and use it in their wood here, because in the lore of this world, this orange is all related to the pumpkins. So we just have some nice big pumpkins. I saw a design for these on the internet somewhere. Not these pumpkins, but specifically these big ones and using pickles on top. It's just very, very lovely and cute little design. So you come down this path. This is the pumpkin keeper's house. There's some nice wheat here. In here they have a snow golem because they experiment with pumpkins a bit. We have my old main horse before I got Omar. So I didn't want to get rid of him or anything, obviously, so I just brought him here, and he lives here now, and he lives a nice life. And then here we have this greenhouse, which connects to more fields, and like you can see the ocean from here. And if you're wondering how I got such high render distance, there's a mod called Voxy, which is a very lovely mod, I recommend it. And here there's just some ways to get electricity. There are some books, a bed, a desk, pretty nice. And in the lore here, this stem on the top that looks like a pumpkin stem is a bent weather vane or something. It's like, you know, it's just wiring on top of the house. They got bent over, and now it happens to look like a pumpkin, just like pure coincidence. And now, just to make things quick, we'll fly over here. We just have this shack, which doesn't really have much in it yet, which is right next to the portal. And This is the main final location. So right down here we have the weather station. We have some nice flowers here just around it. It's very lovely. Hold on, let me eat this carrot. And then the lore of this one is the person who lives here got a little too fixated on mushrooms interaction with lightning. So they run a lot of experiments, and they have mushrooms here, and there's mushrooms growing, and it's just a very nice little story. This people got a little obsessed with mushrooms, and now they're testing on them and stuff. But then, you know, they have to sleep here. They have mushrooms everywhere because they get a little obsessed. A pumpkin here for Gourd. This little gizmo that makes it flicker, which I think is nice. You can see it through this grate, which I think is a nice touch. And yeah, that's the weather station. And that's pretty much it for Gourd. So let's go to the next place. Alright, and we'll go to the last place now. This is, we're approaching the Cherry Temple of Sweethart, which is gradually blossoming into more of a kingdom as I continue to develop it. We have this little beef farm here, which is in the nether. I have to AFK here for it to actually work, because I don't really come here very much, but, you know, it works. And then we pop right through here, and boom, here we are. I'm working on bridges here to unite the gap between this little area to the actual temple itself. And yeah, we have my beacon where I've been developing it. I just have like some inner chests and other stuff there. And you can actually see, well, no you can. Just above that mountain is Gourd. So that's where we are in relation to the world. And if you come over here, we have a happy gas containment cell again. They're like storage crate. So you come through here. We're about to hit this. We'll go there in just a second. So first, we come up here. We have this nice little day area with some goats that will eventually be integrated into the temple itself as animals, and a llama here, which will also get the same treatment. But we have a nice little dinner table and like a jukebox for music, and it's a nice view here. I just like it. And then up here we have, this is the banner for Sweethart, which is the name of this location. This door comes down, and then it's the B area in here. And we'll just close it up real quick. We just have some honeycomb in here, which I need to move to a more secure location, but for the moment, it's here. I don't really like this. I know it's like a cool redstone invention, but I probably am going to rip this out and replace it with a staircase at some point. But for now, we'll keep it. And up here, that was the main room, with the bees and stuff. We have just some, like, a map and some armor on display with trimmed diamond and that kind of stuff. So you come up here. Hold on, it's a little tricky to get up here. You have to get a running start. We have the alchemy room, like the potion room, and there's some like gizmos in here, some flowers, some TNT, some storage, that kind of stuff. Just some nice squares. That's probably my favorite room in the building. And we have the bedroom where the ruler of this temple sleeps, like a nice little closet here with an inner chest and a place to hang their clothes. And then just a happy gas and some storage up here. And yeah, this is pretty much the upper levels, the temple itself. The heart of Sweethart is right up there. So yeah, and that's, I don't really know the full workings of this lore. Like I know like I have a cultural background of this place, but I don't really have like a logical reason as to why there's a heart there yet. But it'll get there eventually. It's a nice little world building project. I'm quite fond of it. And then yeah, right across this bridge we saw earlier connects to this basement area, which connects to the bottom of that elevator. We have a nice little storage closet here. This happy gas containment kennel thing, you know. And then down here we have the underground part. This is the storage. There's a bat in here, apparently. This is my first copper golem, actually. I came here and did this one first. He can sort stuff in here. Like we have dirt. I just put dirt in here and he puts it in there. And it's very lovely. He's nice to have. Down here we have what's eventually going to be another room. I'm not entirely sure what this one's going to be. But another one is eventually going to be a ballroom underground. But that'll come one day. For the moment, we're working on the bridges and the surface of Sweethart. So, yeah, that's pretty much Sweethart. Alright, and right up there, we have my villager area. This is not really an establishment or anything. It will be eventually, in my plans at least. But at the moment, it's just a villager area. So, we come down here, and there's no villagers in any of these houses anymore. But there's like this big cave that just spawned naturally here in the middle of this. And I just have some stuff from my first days. We have my mending and I'm breaking villagers in here. Then this is where I sleep when I come here. This house has nothing in it. But this house actually has my beds and where I sleep. And then we just have some stuff for brewing weakness potions in here. And just some like random junk. And then we just have some stuff here. A lot of these villagers are going to be moved out eventually and replaced with just librarians. Because if you call it spawn, I have those farmers. And that's where I get my emeralds now because I trade pumpkins. Which is under the pumpkin patch. Which you will see eventually, but not in this tour. Because it's not really a necessary part. I'm kind of skipping over farms in this one. We just have some bamboo left over from when I used to trade sticks. And that's pretty much this area. It's nothing much. Because, you know, a lot of this time it's kind of a grind here. More than it is actual anything to look. Up here we have the villager breeding area, which just flips down and I can just put them right in their little homes pretty quickly. But, yeah, there's just a lot of villagers stored up in here, so I can quickly get a lot of enchants that I need. But at the moment I have no need for them. Now let's just go ahead and head on to the stronghold, which is just over here. This is the way to it. I normally get here through a portal, but there's no portal at the villager area. So for now, I'm just going down the normal way, which I have not been to in a long time. So this is why it's very, not industrialized. So now I have to find the portal room. Alright, just up through here. Yeah, here, there's really kind of no real point in coming here. Because there's actually nothing here. It's just junk. Just like some random iron axe. Beautiful. And then through here connects to the nether roof. So we have this portal. There's literally nothing in the end. So I'll just go ahead and go through and show you. So I can get back home to a more stable location. We just have a thing leading up to the end gateway. I think there's some obsidian missing from some of these towers. Yeah, this one's missing some obsidian. And I've only fought the Ender Dragon once. Obviously I'm going to do it more eventually. But for now, that's literally it. So yeah, oh, in Flash, that's cool. But yeah, that's my world pretty much. Here, I'll pop in. Alright everybody, that's the end of my world tour. If you enjoyed, stick around. If you're interested in any of the projects I have on this world, you should stick around. And if a story about an alien entering a world and finding an escape through creating their own world in this new one, sounds interesting to you, you should stick around, because I'm going to be making a narrative-based series about that in this world, taking place right here on this ground. So if that sounds cool to you, you should hang out and have some fun times. Bye!